Welcome to the MLB Coast to Coast podcast brought to you by thelines.com. Coming to you from the West Coast, Josh Lander, joined by my guy Mo Nawara in the Midwest. And we are looking at a pretty small slate here on a Thursday. Lots of day games. So pretty short slate for us to choose from. We are going to give you a couple of the best bets that we are looking at here today. Make sure you are liked and subscribed to that page. Continue to follow along as we are bringing you these videos each and every weekday of this MLB regular season. Also want you to head to thelines.com. Got plenty of great written content on there from Mo and the gang. Also have a great odds checker tool on there, so you can make sure you are shopping the lines to the best of your abilities. Get all the juice you can on those bets you're making in the MLB today. And as always, if you do still need a FanDuel or DraftKings account, head to ftpicks.com or dkpicks.com. Find those listings in your area, such as what we've got, skipping right ahead to these evening time games so we can get these videos out to you in time. The Royals are in New York taking on Jameson Taillon, and Brady Singer is on the mound for the Royals, plus 200 for KC. We are going to talk about that one. Hit a nice big juicy game last night as well with plus 200 odds on the Cardinals. Just throwing that out there. Phillies and the Pirates are in Pittsburgh. Zach Thompson on the mound for the Pirates. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies, minus 195, big favorites for the Phils. Detroit and Tyler Alexander on the mound in Toronto, taking on Yusei Kikuchi and the Blue Jays, minus 225, big favorites for the Blue Jays. Cleveland Guardians and Tristan McKenzie are in Boston, taking on Cutter Crawford and the Sox, plus 105 for the Sox on the money line there. Logan Gilbert and the Mariners taking on Jose Urquidy and the Stros in Houston, minus 140 for Houston in that one. The Dodgers and Tyler Anderson in Colorado taking on Jose Urena, plus 180 for the Rockies at home on the money line there against the big favorite Dodgers. Rangers Spencer Howard on the mound against Shohei Ohtani, and the Angels minus 230 for the stud pitcher there for the Angels. Chicago Cubs, Justin Steele on the mound against the Giants. Alex Wood on the mound for the Gigantes, minus 140, a game we are going to talk about. But let's kick things off here, as we mentioned at the top, Mo, with a big underdog game that we are looking at here with Brady Singer and the Royals in New York. So tell us what you are looking for and why the public is incorrect as they continue to bet on the Yanks.
Are they? We'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. We did hit the plus 200 yesterday. I mean, there was a little bit of late steam on the Cardinals, but throughout the day, it seemed like all the action was coming in on the Blue Jays. And yeah, same thing here so far. Seems like the influential bettors are on the Yankees early. Ooh, well, I took the Royals. Plus 195, I think is the number I got. I'm seeing some plus 200s out there now. I just am surprised because I guess what this just comes down to for me is when you have a better pitcher on the mound, I think there's only so big of an underdog you can be. I know that obviously the Yankees have a far superior bullpen, far superior offense. But man, I really think Brady Singer is better than Jameson Taillon. If he's not better, they're really close together. I'll say that. So yeah, it's just hard for me to see how he can be plus 200 basically when I do think the Royals have the better pitcher on the mound. They have kind of similar outputs so far this year, but it's just Singer's done it in a much more believable and like sustainable way. Taillon, he's been better at managing contact, but 25.6% called strike plus whiff rate, and Brady Singer's over 30. So pretty big gap there. 3.37 Sierra for Singer. Taillon's at 3.89. I do have some worries in this game, though, beyond just the fact that, well, the Yankees have a way better team than the Royals. I'm wondering when Bobby Witt Jr., I guess, is going to play again. He's missed like 4 or 5 straight games. I keep assuming he's going to be bound to come back because, like, they haven't put him on the IL. And, yeah, I just feel like if they haven't put him on the IL, I guess you would think he's going to be on the field soon, but then he keeps sitting. And then also Vinny Pasquantino got hurt yesterday. He hasn't been very good so far, but I think he's just been like super unlucky. 386 xWOBA, so StatCast thinks he's pounding the ball pretty hard. So it seems like Ryan O'Hearn might be replacing him if he's injured, and that's like a really, really big downgrade if 386 xWOBA is anywhere near Pasquantino's true talent level. I had the Yankees minus 180, so just a little too big of favorites for me for them to be up like pushing, honestly, pretty close to minus 250. It's looking like in some books. I've been a really big believer in Singer all year. He's doing really, really well, and I think he's really become the pitcher the Royals hoped he would be. He's been a money printing machine for me, so I guess I'm hoping one more plus 200 here. But I'm really curious if there's like a late buyback on the Royals again, like there was on the Cardinals yesterday.
I mean, it'd be very interesting to see that happen again. But like you said, most of the money, especially sharp money, moving towards away from your bet. But who cares? I'm following you along with this one. We did have some pretty nice luck, as I mentioned yesterday, with a nice big juicy game. So let's continue that and continue the weirdness that keeps happening in a lot of these series in the MLB this season, and move on to another one here that's going to cap off the night, as we mentioned. Alex Wood and the Giants taking on the Cubbies. Justin Steele, minus 140 for the Gigantes, have not looked very good since that All-Star break. I believe they've been outscored by almost 25 runs or so in 7 games since the break. The Cubs have actually won 6 of those games as well, but I've noticed, I believe 3 of those games were 1-run games for them as well. So I do think that there's an opportunity for some offense tonight. If we're being honest, the total sits at 8 as well. It's something that I'm potentially eyeing. But talk to me a little bit about why you like Alex Wood and the Giants in this game to turn things around, and tell me what you think about my over 8 runs bet as well.
I would definitely lean toward the over in this one at 8. Yeah, Alex Wood is great, but the Giants' defense is atrocious. It's actually really 2 atrocious defenses, so that's really my main reasoning there. Yeah, I got this at minus 135 yesterday. I think it's still good up to minus 145. Alex Wood, very tough luck season so far. I don't know if it's honestly luck. It might just be the defense is really letting him down. He has a 3.35 Sierra, so he's pitching very, very well. Better than he's pitched in years. But 4.21 ERA, and yeah, like I said, it might simply be a case of the Giants' atrocious defense is allowing too many balls to land and score runs when they really shouldn't be. Wood doesn't have any history of underperforming his Sierra. He actually has a better ERA than his Sierra by a very small amount and over 1,000 career innings. So real big sample there. I think we can say that this is either bad luck or bad defense. Career low hard hit rate, 23.5. I mean, he's really, really just doing it all this year. The Cubs are one of the teams, though, that does not, like I said, that they don't have a whole lot better defense than the Giants. Not too many teams you can say that about, but the Cubs are one of them. And I like all the platoon bats that the Giants have. They hit lefties quite well. I think it's real. 114 WRC plus, that's 7th in baseball. And I think with all the platoon bats they have, it does give them a good anti-lefty lineup, even though I think a lot of these guys are part of the problem when it comes to the defense. So I guess I'm just going to say I'm ready for the Giants to let me down again. This defense has been a topic of a lot of conversation in the Discord the past couple of weeks. They have blown several games late, and yeah, they do legitimately stink. And so I'm ready to be heard again.
And it's not what you expect from that Giants team, right? Like, you don't expect this is counter to everything how they pulled out 107 wins last year, right? Was overcoming things with the little small ball ways that they can. Platoon batters, plenty of defense. Obviously, you saw Buster Posey behind the plate. A lot of things going right for them on defense that they just don't have anymore. And the bats are not there. If you're going to win with platoons, then you need everything else to be going right for you as well.
Yeah, I'm just ready for some more pain, but I do think the Giants should be a little bigger favorites here. Steele's been solid, but he's not on Alex Wood's level, and I like the Giants' anti-lefty lineup quite a bit more than what the Cubs are rolling out there.
Right. Yep, total matchup play, and I would follow it and support it as well. Like I said, I've been waiting for the Cubbies to come back down to earth a bit. And for the Giants, they're not as bad as they've been, and they're not as bad as their fans think they are. But when you get used to winning, when you break the franchise record for wins in a season, follow it up, start out pretty hot, and then come right back down to earth, crashing with pitching getting injured, hitters getting injured, and just not having the firepower to maintain things. Does look like they're kind of slipping in the NL West, but we do have an opportunity for them in a good matchup to get a little bit of juice back on our money there. So that is all the time we have for you in this one. Make sure you are liked and subscribed to that page. Continue to follow along with us as we are bringing you these videos each and every week of this regular season. So until we see you next, happy betting.